Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to our Monday Night Premodern. Flintstigator is here. What's up, Flint? We have a 3-round Premodern exhibition tonight. Quite a few of these decks are personal favorites. We have Elves, Machine Head, Oath of Druids, Counter Rebels, and a few others being played tonight. Dead Guy Ale, possibly. Round one is Counter Rebels versus Oath of Druids. Excuse me. This should be a really good matchup. Oath of Druids and Counter Rebels, two of my favorite decks from Magic's history. The decks are up in Cardboard Live right now. Just want to give a few quick shout outs. Roland MTG, Monka TG, Phil Nguyen, who's playing right now, Fine Scotch, and Anonymouth, some of our biggest supporters. Appreciate all of you. I'm gonna let the players know they can start, and we're going to start playing some Premodern. What's up, guys? We're live.
Awesome.
Hey, Chris.
All right, you can start if you're ready. Did either of you mulligan?
We both went to 6.
Awesome. All right.
All right, so I'm going to lead off on Flooded Strand, go to 19.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get
All
a
right, here we go.
Plains, and I'll cast a Ramosian Sergeant.
Oh boy, is that a 1/2 and then 3 mana to search, or how much?
It's a 1/1, 3 mana to search for a rebel that seems to be 2 or less into play.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep.
Ramosian Sergeant was the turn 1 play
Okay.
of the standard Rebels deck back in the day.
I'll go to my turn.
Got people shaking in their boots. Lynn Civvy.
Let's see.
Lynn Civvy is the big legendary rebel, which is a 3-drop, puts rebels from your hand onto the battlefield for 3 mana. 3 mana, 1/3. Ramosian Sky Marshal is the 5 mana, 3/3. There's the Defiant Vanguard, which was reprinted in Time Spiral. Whip Quarter, which is the Master Decoy rebel. Jason's on Premodern Death and Taxes. What's up, Roland MTG? Roland's here, everyone. Everyone's saying hello to Roland. Defiant Falcons, the 2-drop. This is a sweet deck. You got 4 Counterspell, 4 Mana Leak, 1 Absorb in the main deck. A spell called, and I never saw this spell before in my life, I don't think. Reverent Mantra. You may exile a white card from your hand instead of paying its mana cost. White and a 3, all creatures gain protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. Pretty neat. So an island pass, an Altered Dementia was mana leaked. Dark Quarterer is here. What's up, Dark? What's up, Evan? Evan, you're on the next Premodern stream, I promise. I had to pull this one together in last-minute fashion. Oath of Druids. Here's Oath of Druids. And another mana leak. All right.
Then I'll pass with 4.
Come on with the mana leaks. We want to see some spells.
These are mini spells. I'll play a Flooded Strand and I'll pass.
Uh-oh,
Okay.
holding up mana
your
for the
turn.
rebels.
Yes,
End of turn. I'm gonna inline tutor.
that's fine.
All right, let's just keep trying. Find an oath.
Yep.
So, with Time Spiral Remastered coming up, they did redo the Rebels Mercenaries thing in Time Spiral block, and it worked a little better, I think, if I remember correctly. Maybe they'll redo the Rebels Mercenary thing in Time Spiral Remastered, and we'll get to enjoy that again. That'll be a lot of fun. Oath of Druids on top for Phil. Everybody wants to see Psychotog and Armageddon, and wow, is that actually a link? Oh no, that was a fake link. You got me. I tried to click on it. All right. Another mana leak on Oath of Druids. This is getting insane. Another fetch. Jason goes to 18. Ryan Fisher and David Thomas Tao also playing tonight. Ryan Fisher playing next round. Playing Elves. Should be cool. Premodern Elves is pretty awesome. Would be kind of cool to see Elves versus Rebels, right? What does everybody think of this matchup, by the way? Is this a good matchup for counter Rebels? Because they have counter magic against the very obvious combo deck? Or is Oath of Druids too efficient? Let me know what you think of Phil Nguyen's list, by the way. This is an interesting Oath of Druids build. You have Altered Dementia in there. Serra Avatar is the creature. 2 of those. Bunch of other enchantments like Unnatural Selection and Dragon Fangs. Worthy Cause in the main. Sack a creature, gain life equal to its toughness. That was an impulse.
Play a Windswept Heath, and then I'll pass with 2.
I'll activate the Remosian Sergeant.
Yep.
All right. What rebel do you get here? I guess the flying one.
Quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Whipquarter, yeah. When's the last time they printed a new rebel or mercenary in any set? A new one.
Draw.
What are the most recent rebels and
Combat
mercenaries?
Protector 2.
Yeah, I go to 16.
I'll pass.
I'll draw.
Whipquarter is going to be pretty good against Serra Avatar.
I'm going to cast Gaia's Blessing, targeting me.
Sure.
Guy's Blessing
I'm
was
gonna
just
target
reprinted in...
the altar and 2 oaths.
Okay.
I was going to say it was just reprinted in the Dominaria set. Guy's Blessing. An old classic from Weatherlight. So he shuffled in Altar of Dementia and the 2 Oath of Druids, all of which were mana leaked in the early turns of this game. 3 mana leaks went off already. 4 cards in hand for Jason.
I'll draw off Blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll try another oath.
That one sticks.
All right. Then I will pass the turn with 2 cards.
All right, so we know the
I'll
only
activate the
creature.
Sergeant instead.
Mm-hmm.
The only creature is Serra Avatar.
I'm
Whipquarter
just
is
waiting
in
for
play.
that 4th mana leak to come out when the time is most inopportune.
I would have thought this would be the most inopportune time.
I guess we'll see.
I'll find a Defiant Falcon.
Yeah.
Defiant Falcon can search for also for 3 or less. Also for 3 or less. Okay. But taps for 4 mana,
I'll play Plains.
but it's a flyer. So I'm not playing around Oath of Druids at this point. Already got 3
I wish I
creatures in
knew
play.
anything about what was about to happen.
Honestly, like that's the funny thing about Premodern is like after Legacy and Vintage, I'm like scarred. I'm always like scared about what's gonna happen after Oath or Reanimate. But usually like the creatures are so much worse. But
Yeah,
we'll see.
we'll see indeed.
Yeah.
I'll go to combat and attack for 3,
Yeah. I got a 13.
and I'll pass to you.
Whoops.
Okay. Oath will trigger.
All right. Here comes Serra
Flooded
Avatar.
Strand, Latinam's Legacy, Flooded Strand, Griffin Canyon, Trickery Charm, Funeral Pyre, Yavimaya Coast, Windswept Heath, Trickery Charm, Griffin Canyon, Verdant Touch, Crop Rotation, Oath, Flooded Strand, Trickery Charm, Impulse, Sarah Avatar. Let me know
Yep.
to look at any of the cards.
That's okay. Trickery Charm. Got it. Cool. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I'll draw for turn.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Poing?
Play Yavimaya Coast.
I don't know what the Griffin Canyon's for. What is the Griffin Canyon for? Trying to figure that out myself. Untap target Griffin. It gets +1/+1. Oh, unnatural selection can turn something into a Griffin. Yeah. Infinite mana. Ryan is here.
Tap 5. I'm gonna cast Verdant Touch, targeting this forest. I'm paying with buyback.
So that'll become a 2/2.
Yeah.
Sure, that's fine.
Okay.
Does it make it a green creature or just a colorless?
Nah, it's colorless. No type either.
Wild.
No oaths.
And then I'm gonna pass a turn with 2 cards in hand.
I will.
I guess it
activate the
permanently becomes a
Sergeant.
creature.
Mm-hmm.
So what's Phil's plan to get around the whip quarter now?
Get the other Defiant Falcon.
There's a piece of metal in the squash. Oh my god, that broke.
Sorry.
It's not your fault.
Okay. Those flying. This is like Squadron
flying
Hawk all
1/1.
over again. Yeah.
Exactly. Untap. Draw.
Excellent. I forgot to start the clock. I started now.
I will attack for 2.
Yep. I'll go to 11.
I will cast Within City.
Oh no. Yep. Can you remind me the abilities? It's like X to search for any rebel, X or less, and then it can also return rebels from the graveyard into the library or something.
Yeah, it can for 3 mana. It's put target rebel from your graveyard on the bottom of your library.
Okay.
And then I'll play Plains, and I'll pass to you. I'll choose a 1/3.
Okay. Oath will trigger.
Mhm.
Windswept Heath, Plains, Dragon Fangs. Treetop Village, Oath, Crop, Guy's Blessing will trigger. Windswept Heath, Funeral Pyre, Forest, Altered Dementia, Marshland, Worthy Cause.
It's going to be another Sir Avatar.
Griffin Canyon, Verdant Touch, Line Tutor, Worthy Cause, Swords, Island, Brushland, Impulse, Avatar. So this will come in. I'm gonna stack the triggers so that Dragon Fangs will resolve first.
Mhm.
And then the rest will get shuffled in.
Yep.
So 2 11/11 Sarah Avatars are in play. Sarah Avatar, an old favorite. The Dragon Fangs, I believe, gives it trample, right?
All right. So you have
almost 1 in
2 mana untapped.
But that would be the
The quarter
summoning
is
signal.
1 Plains to activate.
That's right.
Yes, Phil loves
Okay,
Griffins.
I'll draw for turn. Actually, let me think about this. During my before draw step, so still an upkeep. I'm gonna Trickery Charm and look at the top 4 cards in my library and put them back in any order.
Sure. That's fine.
All right, so a scry 4 here. Except you can't put it on the bottom, so it's not even a scry. It's worse than a scry.
Okay. I'll draw for turn.
Yeah, Phil Nguyen always comes up with some wacky pre-modern decks. He loves this format
11.
dearly. By the way, if there's anyone to thank for the fact that we're having a pre-modern stream tonight, it's the 2 players playing right now. Phil Nguyen, always pushing for us to play pre-modern, and Jason spent like 16,000 channel points on our most recent Twitch poll to make sure we play pre-modern tonight over the other formats that were the options. Thanks, Flint, for the sub. Appreciate it.
Guess I'll pass with 2 cards in hand.
In step, I'll tap the avatar. Yeah.
All right.
And
No attacks.
tap.
Or I guess you can, whichever one. I guess this one's
Yeah, that's
technically
fine.
bigger.
Yeah, I would tap the other one when you go to combat. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. All right, untap. Draw.
Yeah, he would have tapped the one that doesn't have
I'll go to
Summoning
combat.
Sickness.
Attack with the 2 flyers.
Yep. I'll go to 9.
Go to 9. And I will pass the turn.
Going to end of turn Enlightened Tutor.
Sure thing.
I was just talking to Roland behind the scenes. Roland the moderator. Roland the moderator,
Alter
everyone.
Dementia.
Watch what you write in the chat. He will moderate it. Trying to figure out the tools.
Though I actually don't know if I'll be able to deck you out fast enough because you're just going to keep on making them smaller and smaller. But I guess we'll see.
I can just keep using one city.
Yeah, that's true too. That'd be fun.
Just what Chris signed up for.
Okay. I'll go to my turn.
Sure thing.
I'm very curious how this game will end.
I actually, despite having 2 Sarah avatars out and a reanimated forest, don't feel great about it. Okay. I'm going to decline the Oath trigger. I'll draw.
All right. So Phil Nguyen revealing he only has 2 creatures in his deck. Declines on the Sarah Avatar trigger. I mean on the Oath of Druids trigger. Counter spell on the Altar of Dementia. Ouch. And it's starting to show that this might be a pretty good matchup for the Counter Rebels deck, at least in game 1. The counter magic lines up pretty perfect with the, the unprotected combo spells like Oath of Druids, Altar of Dementia, and also Whipquarter able to tap down the Sarah avatars. It's pretty damn good. Before the stream, I was talking to Jason Murray briefly about the pre-modern format. I was talking about how I feel like if there was a Grand Prix tomorrow with 2,000 pre-modern players, all the pros show up, all the people who are trying to qualify for the Pro Tour, build pre-modern decks, and they're ready to go for a Grand Prix. Would the top 8 decks be the same deck? Top 16? What would the meta look like? There's a lot of room to explore in this format, but I think people are given the fact that it's a non-rotating format, right? But it's also I don't even know what's the opposite of that. A format that doesn't add any new cards. People are spending a lot of time building new decks for Premodern, but and it seems like every time the format has an event, there's a variety of different archetypes. But I think people just like exploring, and it may better be left as a casual format. But I don't know. If there was a competitive Premodern scene, what would it look like? 3-mana leaks definitely helps. I believe Jason was on the play.
Yep. I saw this deck. I saw Mother of Runes. I saw Lincivi. I was like, all right,
It's all there.
it's all there. You know, actually some blue cards, but sure.
Play Whip Quarter and Legacy DNT.
Yeah. I actually played against Rebels in Legacy at Monacy.
Yeah, I played against that deck once. It was pretty
I
fun.
did not beat that deck with Merit Age. Draw.
Apparently, somebody in New York plays Rebels in Legacy.
I will go to combat and attack for 2.
Okay, I'll go to 7.
I'll play a Coastal Tower tapped.
Yeah.
And 7. I'll pass the turn.
Yeah, I was joking with Jason Flint about, would we have a Premodern Grand Prix and the top 16 is like 8 rock, 8 land still, or something silly like that? Is this format super easy to solve, or is it really deep and diverse and impossible to predict, like it does seem for a lot of these small events? Either way, Premodern is a lot of fun, and we're going to continue playing because it's fun. But just imagining a super competitive Premodern tournament, what it would be like, is kind of funny. All right, another land has been turned into a 2/2, and the Whip Quarters tap down the avatars, and Lincivi activated here to find a rebel friend. Ongoing question in the chat. What has been the newest, I'm going to look this up right now, the newest rebel in Magic? Let's see. I'm searching for all rebels in Magic. I'm going to sort by release date. Alexander Clamilton from Unstable or Unsanctioned. That does not count. Let's see. How do I... Oh, okay. Sorting by descending order. Yeah, looks like Alexander Clamilton was the most recent rebel, and then before that were all the Time Spiral block rebels. That's crazy. We haven't had rebels printed in a long time. New rebels, besides Alexander Clamilton. Everybody.
Attempt to Impulse.
Do changelings count? Yes, they
Sorry, did you
count,
say it was
but
good?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I guess I'm talking specifically about creatures that they purposefully made rebels because rebels are important.
That's okay.
Fluctuator. What's life?
Let's see.
What deck is life? What does that mean? Like a life gain deck?
All right. Put there on the bottom.
Counter Rebels has the advantage bar right now, looks like.
I'll take 1 off of this. I go to 4. I'll guess Impulse.
Sure.
Oh, Worthy Cause life combo. Okay.
Yep,
Core
you got
plus
it.
Task Force. Got it.
Man, the Whip Quarter is such a good card.
It is.
Came prepared for the meta. Good meta call.
It's the avatar, you know.
Do you guys want to swap lists if it makes it easier for all the cards, or is it good? Because I know there was a few cards there that you either of you didn't know what they did. Do you want to continue as it is?
Yeah, I don't mind either way. I know generally the deck.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I think I've got things pieced together.
Okay, cool.
I guess you saw most of it thanks to Oath. So
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if all the flipped over cards, if Jason knew what they all did. That's all.
I was googling some in the background.
Okay, cool.
Jury Charm is a pre-modern
Tricky
and
one.
Legacy All-Star.
Yeah, that's a weird one. Gonna take a quick look at the bracket for Wednesday night's NYC Eternal Legacy Championship. Wednesday, same place, same time, roughly the same time, 8 p.m. Eastern. Daniel Ayers playing, Dave Kaplan, David Thomas Tao, Alan Yee, and at the top of the bracket, defending the championship for the first time, Roland Chang. Roland Chang won it last week in epic fashion with Rug Delver. Took down Alan Yee, who was on Loam. Last week's Wednesday night stream was a lot of fun. All the VODs, not only they're here on Twitch, but they're also going up on YouTube. Round 1 of last week just came out today on YouTube. Lands versus Shark Typhoon. Lands with Valakut Exploration and Shatter Skull. What's the name of the new card? Shatter Skull something from Zendikar Rising. We saw a lot of Zendikar Rising cards last week. We saw Seagate Stormcaller, Skyclave Apparition, Feed the Swarm. I'm anxious to see what these players put in their decks for Wednesday. A lot of Zendikar Rising cards are getting added to lists. I love it. New cards. What does chat think about Zendikar Rising so far? I know this is super off topic because we're playing Premodern and there are no Zendikar sets in Premodern. Any Akum Hellhounds see play? No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. I'm going to bookmark that card right now. Akum Hellhound. If anybody's wondering, that is the Step Links but red. Very cool. Red for 01 Elemental Dog. New dog. Whenever a land enters, gets +2/+2. Very nice. What kind of a deck would run Akum Hellhound anyway? Because Step Links was in those Naya Zoo decks back in the day. Among others. Yeah, Naya Zoo or Blue-Red Prowess Delver, maybe. Ryan says he would play Valakut Exploration again. Yeah, that card looked pretty good in lands. It was an easy include into a lands deck in my eyes. And it did a lot of damage. I think the one game that Ryan played with Valakut Exploration, it did like 17 damage or something, if I remember correctly. Pretty good. I saw that a lot of comments came in about Skyclave Apparition not being great in the combo matchups. Good at taking out Oko, though. Skyclave Apparition was played last week in Esper Vial and Death and Taxes and maybe one other deck, I forgot. Seagate Stormcaller looks awesome. Seagate Stormcaller seems to be the real deal for Legacy. Don't really know what shell it fits perfectly into yet. We saw it in Doomsday Storm, Phil Bleckman's new brew. JV Frick, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. You just finished your first Premodern deck. Awesome. Premodern's a lot of fun. Oh, it got Abrupticate pretty quickly. Okay, maybe I'm thinking of the other card that was played. Wayward Guide Beast is legit. Which one is that? Wayward Guide Beast. Wayward Guide Beast. Oh, the new Goblin Guide creature. Red for a 2/2 Beast. Trample Haste. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you bounce your own land. It's a pretty weird one. All right, players are started here for game 2. Flooded Strand to start for Fill and Win. Coastal Tower. Coastal Tower, worse than the Tarkir tap lands, comes into play. Very nice. Griffin Canyon. Fill and Win's pet card Griffin Canyon is in play. Flooded Strand cracked. Let's tune into the players. Do you think Belcher got upgraded quite a bit, Jay Winner, by having the red bolt land? How much does that improve Belcher? Monka's here. Everybody say hello to Monka. Monka TG is here in the building.
Also play Latnam's Legacy.
Sure.
Okay. So I'll shuffle a card in, then draw 2 at the beginning of your next upkeep. And then I'll pass.
Go to my upkeep.
Yep.
Player 2.
Mm-hmm.
Mandatory that everybody says hello to Monka, everybody. That is mandatory. Tropical Island, yeah. Tropical Island would be great. Too good for Premodern, though. Too good for Premodern.
Yeah.
I'll choose Rebel.
Nice.
I'll pass.
All right, Shared Triumph in
I'll
play.
draw.
Choose a creature type, and they're all Crusaded, or whatever. +1/+1. Didn't mean to reference one of the banned cards. Sorry, everybody. You miss all duels and brainstorms in Premodern.
Cards in it?
I think they play them in middle school, right?
F6.
I have not paid
Okay.
any attention to middle school. Seems fun.
We'll play a Treetop Village. Then I'm going to pass with 5.
Draw.
Would Brainstorm improve Premodern, though? Or would it just make it lame?
I'll play a Flooded Strand and pass with 6.
And I don't know the answer to that question. I'm just wondering what everybody thinks.
Yeah.
Everybody as a whole. Would Brainstorm be good for Premodern?
Play a Windswept Heath. I'll crack. Good 18. Get a Forest.
What would be the benefit of having Brainstorm in Premodern? Like boosting blue decks does what for the format? Like, do you... Middle school and Premodern are not the same format. They have different ban lists and some different rules. There are no good cantrips. Yeah, what's the best cantrip in Premodern? Is it Accumulated Knowledge? Is that the best one? You have Accumulated Knowledge, and then I think the next option is Impulse. And then the next option is... Not sure. Tempo needs access to Brainstorm. Control strategies get to clean up their hands with fetches. That's true. I guess Standstill is like the next like blue draw card. Opt, Portent, Peak, Sleight of Hand. Yeah, these are all good options. But Brainstorm is so much more powerful than all of those. So I guess I'm wondering what problems with the, again, this is like the imaginary, inexistent Premodern meta that doesn't actually matter, but at least not in the competitive scene. What would we be solving by unbanning Brainstorm? Or would we cause more problems? I don't know. Honestly, don't know. It'd be fun to experiment with, though. Maybe if someone has a pre-modern event with some friends or something, they should unban Brainstorm and see what happens. Treetop Village comes in.
I'll draw.
I do kind of like that all
Play an
the,
island.
you know,
Um,
non-creature spells and creature spells, all spells basically in pre-modern are crap in any other format.
Oh,
But they're
Castle and
all
City.
Yep.
Lin Civi. They're all
I will go to combat.
Mm-hmm.
Attack for 3.
they're all old favorites. They're all old favorites. Sleight of
And I'll
hand,
pass to you.
Peak, all those cards. If you played back in the day, you remember them and you probably like them.
I'll draw.
Exactly. I'm with Jay Winter. Is there
Land.
currently a problem in pre-modern that we're trying to solve? Because Legacy
Wow.
has
Lin
plenty of
Civi,
brainstorms.
2/4.
I was just saying, sorry about me talking over the players, but Legacy has brainstorm. If you want to brainstorm, you can brainstorm all day in Legacy. What does bringing brainstorm to pre-modern solve? Pyroblast is in the format. Yep. Yeah, that's a good argument. Brainstorm is a skill testing card. But is it too powerful for pre-modern? Is it too powerful? Would it make all the control decks and blue X decks of any kind, including the combo decks like Oath of Druids, would it make them all too consistent and too good? For, let's say, the Rock and Sly and Machine Head and Terravore and all the decks that we were talking about earlier, would Brainstorm make all those decks terrible? Terrible options. Yeah, Gush is legal in this format, but it's not broken because I guess there's just not much to build around it with. Is that what you're saying?
I'll go 2 attacks.
No blocks.
Okay. And
What
then,
crazy charms do.
and then I'll pass the turn with 5 cards.
Untap. Draw. Play in a Dark Hour Waste.
Mm-hmm.
I also like that pre-modern feels like we're watching Counter Rebels playing right now. It feels like some of the standard formats and extended formats of the later 90s and early 2000s, where you didn't have Brainstorm. Like Brainstorm was already like part of Magic's past at that point, and it just kind of like captures that time period before Magic switched to the new border, which is, you know, what people think of as the modern format sets. It's kind of a look back at that period of time, which is kind of nice. Because I was like a teenager at that time when Invasion Block was first coming out, and one of the cool sets of that time, I remember seeing Onslaught. A friend of mine got an Onslaught preview card, which was a morph, and I never saw a morph card before. My mind was blown. By the way, what's the best morph people are playing in pre-modern? What's the best morph card? Gush into foil, yeah. Stasis is a thing. Gush into Gurmag Angler. Gurmag Angler's not in here. Gush is now banned in Pauper, I believe so. Brainstorm banned in that extended format. I don't remember. Exalted Angel. Yeah, that's probably the best one.
Then we'll cast it and take 1 off of the Brushland, going to 9.
I will manually get.
Yeah. It's very sad. Okay, I'll pass.
I'll activate Lone City Incept for 3. Um,
Exalted Angel, I guess, was like by far the best morph back in Onslaught block. Was there one that was like played more at that time than Exalted Angel? What was like number 2? I think it was the Ball Lightning.
just get a whip quarter.
The Ball Lightning cat morph. There was also
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's just top deck another shared triumph.
I'm trying to think of the other.
How much damage is
morphs.
that?
I have.
Blistering
I have
Fire
10 on
Cat.
board.
Well, that makes life much less interesting.
Yeah, I'll play a Dark Waste tech for.
Yeah, should have done the math. I forgot about the shared triumph.
Yeah.
Counter Rebels gets there.
Yep, too many counters.
So coming into this matchup, I felt like Counter Rebels was gonna do pretty well because the Oath of Druids combo deck was not gonna be able to get through the mana leaks and the counter spells and stuff. What did you guys think? I know you didn't know what each other were playing, but
I actually felt okay. I didn't feel so good game 1 because I was on the draw and like those mana leaks just did like so much work. This game I could have done the Griffin Canyon combo pretty easily, but I didn't think I was under that much pressure until I realized I was dead on board because of the shared triumph. But I don't know. I think I misboarded a little bit, but Rip Quarter did a lot of work.
yeah, and Whip Quarter was just kind of like a almost accidental like perfect card for this matchup in a way. Like being able to tap down your once ever avatars just sucks. Did you side in the Protection from All Colors Angel and what's the other card?
Yeah, the Phantom the Shiba. I boarded in everything because like he like has so many creatures that flood the board that I felt like Oath, if I got it out, would just keep on activating, and so might as well have more stuff. But like I could have done the Griffin Canyon combo like turn 4 on the play, but just never found the right opportunity. But yeah, they were interesting games. I love playing against Rebels, so it's cool to see.
Yeah,
What
Rebels
is the
are
Griffin Canyon combo that you're talking about?
What's that?
What is the combo?
Oh yeah,
there?
tell us.
Oh yeah, so Griffin Canyon itself untaps a Griffin and gives it +1/+1. So if you animate it and make it a creature, and then turn it into a Griffin, it can infinitely make itself large.
Itself lethal, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only issue is that it's just like a vanilla creature that's just like infinitely large, and so that's why I also have like Alter Dementia or Worthy Cause, because you can mill out the opponent or gain infinite life. And both cards also do really well with Sarah Avatar, but plan didn't come together this time.
I feel you. Last thing, I'm curious what you think of this, Phil. Chat was talking about an unban for the pre-modern format, Brainstorm. What do you think?
I think a lot of people play pre-modern because Brainstorm isn't in the format. You know, like Landstill is already like one of the top 4 decks in the format. And I feel like if you give them Brainstorm, it'll get like a little out of control.
Yeah, I'm with you. I agree. We were just chatting about that in the chat, and some division in the pre-modern community, maybe. All right, we're gonna take a quick break. Phil Nguyen, the pre-modern master, gets taken down by Counter Rebels. When we come back, Ryan Fisher joins us, and if you watched our stream, you know what deck he's playing. So we'll take a quick break. What's up, everybody? I'm back. So, round 2, doing things a little different tonight. If you check Cardboard Live right now, Jason has switched decks. Ooh, I didn't switch the archetype on our graphics here. Dead Guy Ale versus Elves for round 2. Not our usual bracket, so Jason's able to switch decks. What does everyone think of this matchup? I know Dead Guy Ale has a lot of fans. Obviously, Elves has a lot of fans. This Dead Guy Ale list has Knight of Stromgall, one of my favorites from back in the day. Love that card. Hypnotic Spectre, my absolute favorite from that time period. Nantuko Shade, Phyrexian Arena, Dark Ritual. Can't have Hypnotic Spectre without Dark Ritual, right? And this is, back last round, we were talking about unbanning Brainstorm and what the ban list for Premodern should be. What makes Premodern great is that you could play a deck with Knight of Stromgall and Dark Ritual and Hypnotic Spectre and actually compete. That's what makes this format beautiful. Rancid Earth is in this deck. Vindicate, Gerard's Verdict. Moving on to the sideboard, but cards that are unique to the Premodern format, at least as far as playability. Phyrexian Negator, an old favorite, is in this list. Withered Wretch, Honorable Passage. I mean, this deck is a beauty. Lots of nostalgia in there. And then the Elves. The Elves deck has all the usual cast of characters. Wirewood Symbiote, Korean Ranger, Llanowar Elves, Findoran Elves, etc. But what differentiates it? It has Fierce Empath, Deranged Hermit, Kamal Fist of Krosa as a finisher. Mishra's Helix is in this deck. Mishra's Helix is... I don't know if you've played against that card, but it sucks to play against. Bloodline Shaman. Priest of Titania is in the deck. And Raphaelos. Raphaelos makes the cut here. Very nice. Color of the Claw and Masticore in the sideboard. Masticore. I mean, nostalgia, right? Dylan Gregory, thanks for the follow. Masticore and Color of the Claw, all these cards I just listed. Phyrexian Negator, yes. I mean, these are the reasons why Brainstorm needs to be banned in this format. All these cards that are not blue are playable and really good in this format. And that's just my opinion, obviously. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And I don't even know if I'm right, but that's how I feel. Sylvan Messenger, also in this Elves deck. I'll let players know they can start. You guys can start whenever you're ready. Good luck. Any Tinker list tonight? No Tinker list tonight. We had Tinker on our last Premodern stream, I believe, which was a couple of weeks ago. Thank you to everybody that voted for Premodern in our weekly poll. We hit a bingo on our bingo card last Wednesday night, and we had an epic poll, which ended in Premodern winning the poll. But Tribal Wars got a lot of votes. Legacy got a lot of votes. When are we getting more Legacy Food Chain? Someone call Leon. Someone call Leon. Does anybody have his phone number? Go get him, says Phil. Showdown Series. Okay. Knight of Stromgall is such a throwback. One of my first cards. Same. What Premodern decks are everyone's favorites? What are the favorites? Premodern Food Chain. Someone, where's the Leon bat signal? Leon, are you here? We need you. All right, lots of elves in play. What's that elf on the right?
Cards in?
3.
3.
What's the card on the right, Ryan?
Bloodline Shaman?
Oh, okay. It's got a lot of glare on it. Just slide it over.
I will play a Tainted Field.
Is that better?
And I'll cast Gerard's Verdict, targeting you.
Oh, no, not better. Sure. What do I do with Gerard's Verdict?
So you discard 2 cards from your hand of your choice, and then I gain 3 life for each land card you discard this way.
Okay.
Gerard's Verdict.
Oh, my choice.
Yeah, your choice.
I'll discard Mishra's Helix and Kamal Fist of Krosa.
Okay. And I'll pass to you.
Again, I forgot the clock. Sorry, everybody. Whatever. They have an
Untap.
extra couple minutes.
Upkeep. Draw. Regrets. I'll tap this and name Elf.
Mm-hmm.
I'll play Quirion Ranger.
Okay. Oh wow.
I'll bounce Quirion Ranger. Untap this. I'll name
Mhm.
Elf.
Yep.
Sorry. Unfortunate.
Guy's Cradle gets dumped.
I will return Quirion Ranger to my hand.
Mhm.
I'll replay Quirion Ranger.
Yep.
I'll name Elf.
Yep.
Hey, I got one. I will play a Forest and Finhorn Elves. Oh, gotta do something about this.
All right, Ryan figuring out the glare.
Give me 1 sec.
Sure thing.
I see Stasis getting shouted out. Legacy Food Chain got Dylan back into Legacy. I mean, what am I saying? Leon's Food Chain got you back into Legacy. That is awesome to hear. Leon would be very happy. Stasis, more Stasis. Stifle Knot is fun. Black White Astral Slide and Zombies. Yeah, we need to get those decks on stream. Agreed. Tog and Tricks for Phil to win. Agreed. Those are dope decks. We've had Phil to win play his Tog deck and Tricks decks on stream. If I remember correctly, for multiple streams actually. Check our YouTube channel, 90SMTG on YouTube. We have a bunch of Premodern, a whole library of old Premodern matches from streams. And the good thing about it is the format has not changed, so they're evergreen. 3/4, maybe 7/8 of our channel becomes outdated because of new sets. Premodern is different. Very nice. Suicide Black with Hatred. Yeah, that sounds fun. Suicide Black with Hatred. What Suicide Black cards are like in that deck? Urg Raiders? Does Urg Raiders make the cut? Urg Raiders an old favorite? Anyone?
I will play a Forest.
Are we going to see the Douthy Shadow creatures in the new Time Spiral Remastered? I hope so. Time Spiral Remastered needs to have so many things in it for me to be satisfied. Carnophage, Sarcomancy, Phyrexian Negator, Flesh Reaver. I love that. Stifle. Is Stifle played that much in Premodern? 4-color lands is my favorite, says Flint. I dig it. What lands do you lose from Legacy to Premodern that are, other than obviously Destiny and Stage Dark Depths? What Premodern era lands do you lose from the Legacy format? Are there any? Foreign Stifle Knot. Yeah, that's true. A little bit of a offensive use for Stifle rather than defensive. That is a Mishra's Helix in play? Wait,
All
which
right.
card is it?
Untap.
Yep.
Upkeep. Draw. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll play Sylvan Messenger.
Yep.
Trigger.
What creature is that in play for you, Jason?
Nantuko Shade.
Oh, okay. Can you just slide it over? It's like in the glare. Yeah, that's
I'll
better.
get Lamar Elves and Quirion Ranger. No. Force go to the bottom.
Yep.
A lot of elves. A lot of elves happening. Oh, Tabernacle.
I'll
Yeah, you
tap
lose
the Bloodline
Tabernacle.
Shaman named Elf.
Yep.
Forest. I will.
Yeah, no life in the loam.
Um,
And Tuco shit was great.
And the tainted thing
Taps
can
for-
tap for black right now.
Yeah, I can tap for white or black while I control a swamp.
Oh, white or black? Right. I'm paying attention. Sorry.
Mono black control with Mutilate. Hell yeah. Mutilate was reprinted in like Magic 2013 or something, and I don't know if it actually even got played in Standard. Does anybody know? I wasn't really playing much at that time. I'm sad to say. Anyone else 0-5 in the Premodern September monthly? Roland, you are the NYC Eternal Legacy champion. That's all that matters. All right, lots of untapping and tapping happening with the Elves again.
And 2, 1, 3. I guess I'll swing for 3.
Does the messenger have haste?
Oh, yeah,
Did
no,
you play
sorry.
it this turn or? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I did. You're right. My mistake. Go ahead.
Tap 2 and cast Diabolic Edict targeting you.
What decks are...
Have you sacrifice a creature?
Okay, Diabolic Edict, Sacker, Korean Ranger. What decks are you playing, Phil Nguyen and Roland, in the Premodern monthly? I'm curious. I will eventually build a deck, and I'll build whatever Roland tells me to build. All right, Gerard's verdict again.
Okay. I will discard Quern Ranger and a Bloodline Shaman.
Sure.
Pretty good.
Let's see. I'll play Caves of Coilus.
Yep.
And I'll pass.
All right, Caves of Coilus in play and pass. And Tuco Shade on defense. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Elves in play. Ryan draws for turn. Taps the Bloodline Shaman. This Bloodline Shaman has done a lot of work. Another Bloodline Shaman to hand. Very annoying. There's a Llanowar Elves in play. No Korean Ranger. Oh, he does still have a Korean Ranger. He does. I thought that was a stack of Llanowar Elves. Ah, new pilot mistakes. It happens. All right, Mills of Forest. Off to Jason's turn. What does Jason need here? What is in his deck that could fix this whole situation? Source of Plowshare is, of course, relevant. Hypnotic Spectre comes down. I can start attacking over the Elves, at least. Vindicate can start dealing with some of these creatures. There's an Unearth in the main. I didn't notice that till now. Diabolic Edict already fired off and it was mostly irrelevant. After sideboarding, what does Jason do as well? Oh, Engineer Plague. That's coming in. Engineer Plague seems amazing. What's the ban list for this? So I know Force of Will is banned. I know Brainstorm is banned. We were talking about that earlier. What other cards are banned, folks? What other cards are banned? There's the Premodern ban list. Thank you, JV Frick, for sharing it. Balance is banned. Channel, Demonic Consultation, Entomb, Earthcraft, Flash, Goblin Recruiter, Gear Monolith. Wow, a lot of stuff is banned. All right, Elves gets game 1. Clearly. Mind Twist is banned. Mind's Desire is banned. Mystical Tutor, Show and Tell, Necropotence, Strip Mine, Tendrils. Time Spiral is banned. Talarian Academy is banned. Roll Gorger Dragon, Windfall, Vampiric Tutor, Yawgmoth's Bargain, and Yawgmoth's Will. There's the ban list. Here's a good question. Okay, Premodern fans in the chat. Should Flash be unbanned? Should Flash be unbanned? And why is Force of Will banned? Why? And that's not me asking. That's someone in the chat asking. Roland is on a suboptimal blue-green madness build. Snap is not a great card. I'm sorry to hear that. You can't change your deck? You got to like submit your deck and then you play that deck for a whole month? That is just rough. Yikes. Besides Symbiotic Worm, what is Flash doing? I don't know the answer to that. Bargain should be unbanned. Derek says Bargain should be unbanned. Why should Yawgmoth's Bargain be unbanned? That seems excessive. Honor code to play your same 75 throughout the month. Honor code be damned. If my deck isn't working, I'm switching cards. That's too bad. Flash gets your Academy Rector. That's true. What does Academy Rector get? So many good questions in chat. I don't know the answer to any of these. What does Rector get? Rector could get Form of the Dragon. This format is just silly. Mind Over Matter or Dream Halls is pretty good, though. Dream Halls. Wow, Dream Halls is legal, but you can't show and tell it in. What can you do with Dream Halls in this format that's interesting? I guess you can just cast a bunch of Sarah avatars and Phantom to Showbiz or something. Form of the Dragon is no joke. This is true. Form of the Dragon is no joke. At least not in Premodern. Does anyone play Form of the Dragon in like Commander or anything? Does that card get played in any format? What format plays Form of the Dragon, folks? Ooh, it was just reprinted in Mystery Booster and it's 25 cents. I might have to get one. Form of the Dragon. Sorry, I was looking at buying options. Force of Phil played Dream Halls and Legacy. That's true. Vintage plays Form of the Dragon? Really? Turbo Sphere is legal, yeah. Dream Halls is too slow. I agree. Modern Enduring Ideal deck, I think, has Form of the Dragon. Oh, okay. Onslaught Block Constructed. Does anybody actually play that? Do they ever have? I don't play Magic Online, MTGO. Do they ever have like old block constructed formats available? Like you can just like queue up Onslaught Block Constructed and play. That would be kind of neat. I would probably be the only idiot that plays though. Blue Red Form of the Dragon was popular in Onslaught Block. Yeah, that's a long time ago. Yeah, what's up, Cloud Goat Ranger? How's it going? I was just previewing the bracket for our Legacy tournament on Wednesday night. Make sure you're there for that. Roland MTG, who is in the chat, is at the top of the bracket, currently King of the Hill, currently the NYC Eternal Champion, and going to defend it for the first time, which is very exciting, folks. Very exciting. We will have a bingo card on Wednesday as well. And if we hit a bingo, you will decide what format we play next Monday, just like we decided Premodern for tonight. Where is that poll from last week? Let me find this. The poll from our last stream. Found it. There it is. Sorry, it's in a weird spot on your screen, folks. Premodern got 52% of the vote, but Luanil, who is Jason Murray playing right now, contributed 16,000 channel points and 70 bits to get what he wanted. Pauper and Tribal Wars got a lot of votes. Legacy and Modern. Modern, I don't understand Modern. Modern, I'll get messages every day. Well, not every day. Every week, I'll get a message. Hey, 90s MTG, love your channel, but you don't play Modern. And it disappoints me greatly. But these people never vote for Modern when we have it in the poll. It's like frustrating to watch. Tribal banned Premodern. Who controls the ban list? Not me. I have no idea who controls the ban list. They had Tempest Block at one point. That sounds fun. I'm hoping a lot of Tempest Block favorites are in Time Spiral Remastered. Tempest Block speaks to me. Unban Shadow, unban Exodus, folks. What's the best card in Legacy right now from Tempest Block? I don't know. Probably Mox Diamond. Yeah, I think it's Mox Diamond. Oh, Wasteland. Wasteland. What am I saying? That was a Tempest Block. Power is not allowed. Power is not allowed. Ancient Tomb is up there, yeah. Wasteland. Yeah, Wasteland. At dawn they sleep. What a creepy username. I love it. Who sleeps? Who sleeps at dawn? Priest of Titania. City of Traders. Yeah, that's a good one. Tempest block was stacked. What card is that? Oh, that was Diabolic Edict. Okay. Vampires. Yeah, at dawn they sleep for sure. Vampires with Z's at the end. All right, swords on that priest. That's right up to, I believe, 21. Vampire Hounds. Wow, remember Vampire Hounds? You had to discard a card to give it +2/+2 until end of turn. Terrible. I think it had to be a non-land card too, right? Let's look up Vampire Hounds, folks. Very important card. Discard a creature card. Gets +2/+2 until end of turn. 3-drop. Nantuko Husk is broken. Has to be a creature card, yeah. Alright, Hippie comes in. How are they going to resolve this?
You want to pick one?
The middle.
Middle, you said?
Yeah, or roll, whichever one.
Winter Orb.
Winter Orb. Fascinating. It's weird
Wow.
that you didn't want to cast that one. I will take one to vindicate the priest,
Oh boy. Yep.
and I'll pass to you.
Okay. Draw. I will play Landhorn Elves and Findhorn Elves.
Okay.
Pass turn.
Deck for 2. Trigger the hippie.
Discard Sylvan Messenger.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm with Phil to win. Priest of Titania and Diabolic Edict and Vindicate. Yeah, this is magic for sure. Let's see if I can get some 90s MTG emotes in the chat. There they are. I jammed them. Jam your favorite emotes. Swings for 2 here rather than taps mana. Plays another Llanowar Elves and passes. Not looking good for Elves right now in game 2. We just need a Vizardrix. Oh my goodness. Remember Vizardrix? Vizardrix was like the card that they gave to all the newbies when they bought their portal decks or whatever, and it was just terrible. And it made no sense being a blue card. It should have been a green card. That's what I remember from Vizardrix. Steroid Bunny. Hell yeah. Hippie comes in, but no cards in hand. Alright. I must have missed some life off here. They're both at 15. Is Hypnotic Spectre even still in standard? I have no idea. Kezardrix. I didn't even know there was a Kezardrix. I'm looking that up. Rabbit Beast. First strike. If you need upkeep, if your opponent controlled no creatures, Kezardrix deals 4 damage to you. What? I don't remember this card at all. Kezardrix. I have no recollection of this card. That's so crazy. Oof. Engineer Plague comes down. Alright. Engineer Plague gets the scoop. So they're going to game 3. David Thomas Tao joining us next round. And playing Pretty Sweet Brew. Does anybody have any predictions for David Tao's deck? Mean Bunny is like a black Masticore. Yeah, basically. 4 for a 4/4 first striker. Doesn't have the regenerate though. But it's pretty cool. I've spent a lot of time of my life looking at Tempest cards. I just do not remember this Kezardrix card. I'm really glad I found this because I might try to find a copy now because it's only 30 cents. Roland, I need you to source me a Kezardrix. Get me a Kezardrix. Ooh, Sands of Time. Sands of Time is such a cool card. David Thomas Tao is back, yes. 100 pre-modern decks to choose from. Yeah. He was down to 2 options for tonight, and I think the option he went with was a lot of fun. No, I don't want to grade it. I want to play with it. And I want it in heavily played condition. Roland, source me a heavily played Kezardrix. I'll give you 15 cents. I'm just playing. By the way, if anybody needs cards, make sure you DM Roland MTG. Just make sure they're worth more than 15 cents. Equipose. What's Equipose? This is how price spikes start. Is Kezardrix on the reserve list? How do I even check that information? I don't know. Someone find out if Kezardrix is on the is on the reserve list. Someone with nothing better to do find out this information. Equipose. At the beginning of your upkeep, for each land target player controls in excess of the number you control. Choose a land they control and it phases out. Repeat for artifacts and creatures. What a weird card. I like this one. I used that in my first Legacy deck, Turbostasis. Equipose. I'm looking up this card right now. Oh, it's Equipoise. Equipoise. Was I saying it wrong, everybody? Sorry. This is crazy. I've never seen this card before either. Maybe I just don't remember it. Maybe I just don't remember it. I've been spending a lot of time looking at newer cards recently. Maybe I just don't remember Equipoise and Kezardrix. What does Equipoise get played in right now? Does it get played in any formats? Stasis or Sands of Time to skip the cards phasing back in. That's just mean. Later, Flint. Thanks for watching. All right. Elves on the play here. Is that a duress? Sorry about the glare, everybody. Bloodline Shaman, Caller of the Claw, 2 forests, a Priest of Titania, I believe, and an Elvish Champion. Alright, Duress is a wash. Duress against Elves is rough. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Priest of Titania. Very nice. The good thing about... Alright, Diabolic Edict. Never mind. I was going to say you can ramp into a couple of elves next turn, but never mind. I like these Odyssey and Invasion basics that Ryan's using. Invasion standard deck, use allied strategies, early harvest, and Gidu Fire. I think that was just... Yeah, I'm surprised Duress wasn't boarded out myself. It's not like there's Green Sun Zeniths or anything, but I don't know what Jason thinks is in Ryan's list because they're not playing open deck list. Bloodline Shaman and Wirewood Symbiote on the board. Very nice. Engineer Plague is just so good in this format for beating up on these tribal decks. Excuse me, folks. Yeah, Allied Strategies, Early Harvest, and Gidu Fire. I remember there was something with Allied Strategies, but I don't remember what. I think it was just called Domain, wasn't it? Wasn't there just a deck called Domain and it was like 5 colors with Allied Strategies? Not sure what card that is. Another Vindicate. Very nice. Vindicate putting in work here in game 3. Another Forest. Findor and Elves. Caller of the Claw up this time.
I'll attack for 1.
17.
Go ahead.
Maybe eventually tonight I'll keep track of life totals. Early Harvest and Gidu Fire. I don't know. Which one is Gidu Fire again? Gidu Fire. Oh, Red X. It's basically a blaze, but you could. It's a sorcery, but you could pay 2 more to make it an instant from invasion. Yeah. Dig Through Tau is ready. Dig Through Tau is very ready. What's up? What's up, David? Clearly gunning for that one Mishra's Helix. Yeah. Possibly. We can ask Jason after the match why he left in duress. Attacking for 3. Jason goes 13. Do I have life totals completely wrong? Am I that far off? Oh, no, I'm good. I'm good. Never mind. I thought I had him backwards for a second. Looking at the boards flipped on my other screen. Ooh, what's that? Is that Phyrexian Arena? Yeah, Dig Through Tau's deck tonight is it's sweet. Sylvan Messenger. All right. Oh, whiff on the Sylvan Messenger is rough. Swing and a miss.
I will. How many cards do you have? 3?
I have 3.
I'm pretty sure that's a Phyrexian Arena in play.
I'll tap Bloodline Shaman named Elf.
Yeah, sure. I'll get you that list.
Get one that time. I will play Finhorn Elves and pass turn.
Yeah. Draw.
Let's see if I could copy this deck list.
Tap 3 for Hypnotic Spectre.
Yep.
And I'll pass the turn.
Okay.
3 in hand.
Okay. Draw. Enter combat.
Sure.
I'm swimming with the team.
I'll block the Findornells with an Inhibitor Shade and the card advantage one that the name escapes me with the hippie. And I'll pay 1 with the caves to pump the shade.
Yep.
Going to 12 and then take 5 to 7.
Okay. Second main phase, I'll play Deranged Tournament.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Whew. Whew.
All right. Let's see what
All
happens
right.
here.
Thank you.
And Naoki, thanks for
Okay.
follow.
Play Swamp.
Yep.
I will pump my shade. I will float black colorless, wasteland my caves.
Yep.
Rancid Earth, one of your forests. I have Threshold.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool. Yep.
Gave himself
So
threshold by
each take
wasting his
one, I
own
go to
land.
6.
We each take 1 too.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll attack you with the hippie.
Okay. Go 17. I'll discard my Bloodline Shaman.
Yep. And I'll pass to you.
Okay. Draw. Come in for 4.
Are they both elves?
Yep.
I'll block the Queen color.
Okay.
Take
They
2
trade,
to
right?
4. Yeah, they trade.
Oops.
All right, this is coming down
I
to the
will
wire.
play a Land War Elves. Go ahead. I'm hellbent.
Just a hippie in play. No
Engineer
cards in
Plague on
hand.
Elf.
Ouch.
And I'll pass to you.
Oh. Go ahead.
Does Ryan have a way to get rid of Engineer Plague? Stark77, I sent you the
2
list.
for Knight
and a
of
Whisper.
Stromgald.
Yep.
2/1 pro white. 2 black gives it +1/+0, and single black gives it first strike.
Yep.
I'll check for 2 in the air.
15. I'll discard Land War Elves.
I'll pass to you.
Forest, go.
It does have naturalizers in the board, Ryan.
Antico Shade. Check for 2 in the air.
13.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, maybe Duress is for naturalize. That's true. But he doesn't know that there are naturalizers in the board,
combat and
but
swing
maybe
with
he's
the team.
assuming.
No blocks.
Then, sure, no pumps.
Okay.
So 6 coming across.
Go 7.
6. Yeah, go to 7, sure. Sorry. And hippie trigger.
Yeah. Discard Priest of Titania.
Play another Knight of the Stromgald. Pass to you.
Yep. Draw. You got me. Good games.
Good games.
Wow, good games. Engineer Plague, the MVP. Jeez. Jason, chat was wondering how come you left in Duress.
I thought about the cards that Ryan might have to answer things like Engineered Plague, and I ended up leaving in 2 Duresses and 2 Disenchants, which are not good cards in the matchup, but my other options were to play things like Withered Wretch as a 2/1, which I didn't think was very good either.
Yeah,
So it was
yeah.
kind of a take my lumps and maybe try to nab if he keeps it a naturalize on the play and I get to nab it and then play my Engineered Plague.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. That's what Roland was guessing. So good job, Roland. Premodern Elves. Premodern Elves is pretty sweet. Kamal Frist of Krosa, I guess, is your finisher in a way, right?
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think of this deck? Does it suffer too much from not having the tools that Legacy Elves has? Is it good in the Premodern format? The Elves decks?
I honestly don't play enough to have a good answer for that.
Yeah.
I have seen versions that play Biorhythm for a combo finish.
Right.
Which I'm not doing. I think it's I mean, you saw the game 1 where I could just keep drawing cards like mad and just overwhelm with little guys.
Yeah.
It's definitely vulnerable to things like Pyroclasm and Engineered Plague and Wrath of Gods. But I think it's got enough speed and bounce to it that it can do well.
Okay. Yeah, I guess what I was kind of wondering is, like, does it feel so much less powerful than Legacy?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And are, like, Timberwatch Elf or Well-Wisher, any of those cards ever a consideration for these Elves decks?
I don't think so. I would think that Timberwatch is kind of slow for its mana cost. But and Well-Wisher, I don't think you really want to get into a life battle with anybody.
Yeah.
Maybe a burn matchup. I mean, Well-Wisher plus Dealer Resolve against a burn deck seems really good. I don't know if there's one of those in this format, but
I just remember the decks from roughly the Onslaught block time period. Had Seeker of Skybreak and a couple other untap effects. Obviously, Korean Ranger and Wirewood Symbiote are pretty good, but being able to gain like 17 life return or something, or give a creature +8/+8 with Timberwatch Elf is pretty cool. I was just wondering if you thought about running those cards. Not that it would be correct to do so necessarily.
No, but I mean that's the way like the popper version of this deck plays that way. That kind of
Right, that's true.
lots of stuff and do stuff. I think that in this format you still need to leverage the power of haymakers with your fast mana.
Yeah.
In terms of card drawing into tutoring for Kamal or the Deranged Hermit, which I thought was going to get there. And I have the main deck Mishra's Helix, which is a lot of fun when that comes out.
I don't know if who in chat mentioned it before, but Mishra's Helix is just a miserable card to play against. It's just so like the game just becomes so one-sided after Mishra's Helix comes online, in the best way maybe for Elves. All right.
I like that it plays differently than Elf decks in other formats.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It does have some different elves, and like the kind of underpowered elves, like Multani's Acolyte and all those weird ones are funny. Raphaelos never gets played anymore in any other format, really, too, right?
Yeah, because he's banning Commander.
Right,
Just
that's
a
right.
cube card.
So he's
Guess
only
what?
legal in Legacy and this format. Really.
What'd you say, Jason?
I said he's a pretty good cube card, but other than that,
Oh yeah, cube card. Yeah, for sure. And Fierce Empath. Fierce Empath just got reprinted. It's kind of cool. I'd forgotten about that card, but it's kind of cool to see it pop up in your list. All right, we're gonna take a quick break here. Jason will be playing against David Thomas Tao. We'll figure out some logistics on the break. Stay with us, folks. At least one more round of Premodern. What's up, everybody? I'm back. It's round 3. David Thomas Tao is here, And this deck is awesome. Check Cardboard Live now. Jason switched back to Counter Rebels. Switched back to Counter Rebels. Not for any reason, just to switch. He does not know what deck David Thomas Tao is on, so that did not factor into any decision. David knows what deck Jason is on. We'll see how that plays out. We're doing this in very sloppy fashion. I'm going to let the players know they could start. All right, you can start whenever you're ready. Machine Head is in action. Yes, Phil Nguyen is excited, and so am I. Dark Ritual. Phyrexian Arena. Very nice. I love that Phyrexian Arena. I think that's the best Phyrexian Arena. Phyrexian Arena is in the historic format, but I don't think anyone plays it. Plague Spitter time. This is comical flop. Refresh my memory. What's Plague Spitter again? I don't know if it's in this deck. Lots of cool cards in this deck, though. Draco makes the cut in this deck. Blazing Spectre, Hypnotic Spectre. Lightning Bolt's in the deck. Insidious Dreams is in the deck. Erratic Explosion. OG Phyrexian Arena is the best, says Comical Flop. Okay. Plague Spitter. Oh, yeah, that card. I like that card. Duress took out a counterspell. And a Defiant Vanguard comes in. Very nice. All right, we're going to see a Phyrexian Arena trigger again. David goes to 18. David Thomas Tao. Roland was talking about before, has 100 different pre-modern decks. Nobody guessed correctly what deck David was going to be on. We're going to play another round after this. We're going to play a round 4. And David Thomas Tao has a second deck that he will switch to for that. And we'll play against Ryan Fisher, who is on Elves that we saw last round. So we're going to see Elves again. We're going to see Elves one more time. All right, Defiant Vanguard comes in. Phyrexian Scuda, yeah. What's up, Mr. Giants? Undying love from Ryan Fisher. Very nice. We need more love in the world. Less hate. Phyrexian Scooter was the MVP. I think so, yeah. Tainted Peak enters the battlefield on David's side. Love the Chaos Orb Matt. Scuda got a big Buddha. If you just tuned in, Machine Head versus Counter Rebels. We saw Counter Rebels win tonight against Oath of Druids. We saw Dead Guy Al beat Elves, mostly because of Phyrexian mostly because of Engineer Plague. Engineer Plague was the key card. Mirage versus Tempest Basics, yes. Insidious Dreams, discarding 2 cards. Did I name the right card? Yeah, Insidious Dreams. So, shuffle your library and tutor X cards and put them on top. So you discard cards, and then you tutor for X amount of cards and put them on top of your library. It gets countered, though, which is rough. You don't want to discard 2 cards to pay a casting cost or something, and it gets countered. David takes 1 rather. Goes to 15. And a Lin Civi drops. And I think Jason took 2 damage so far from his lands. Bummer for sure. Tensi Terry is here. What's up, Tensi Terry? Wow, I still have the timer going from last round. I'm slacking. All right. The timer's there in the bottom right-hand corner. Sorry you can't see it that well. These players will get an extra couple of minutes. The timer hasn't really mattered that much tonight because the rounds have gone pretty fast, which is what you want, right? Whip quarter. You almost did hardcast a Sir Avatar. This is true. Yeah, Insidious Dreams does set up Erratic Explosion pretty nicely. Agreed. So we have already seen a wide variety of pre-modern decks tonight. What decks have we not seen that you wish we featured? Let me know in the chat, and we'll try to get them next time. I know people were talking about land still earlier. Balancing Tings. Yeah, we might see that tonight. We might still see that. Oh yeah, I missed a bunch of life loss. Sorry, folks. Thank you, Roland. Hippie comes in. Uh-oh. He's going to get a Divine Vanguard to block. Zombie Infestation. Yeah, that's a cool one. Lands. Lands, that's your job, Phil Nguyen. Zombie Spark. Yeah, Zombie Spark seems cool. Another Defiant Vanguard and a double block in order here? I think so. Yep. Double block on the hippie seems good. Gush Intuition Squee version. We've seen Squee quite a bit on stream, on our pre-modern streams. Card's good in this format. Whip Quarter coming in. David Thomas Tao drawing an extra card every turn, but it hasn't paid off just yet. What about Landstill? Do we have any Landstill fans here? Or is Landstill the hated deck of Premodern? What's the most hated deck of Premodern? Like what deck does your opponent play and you're rolling your eyes? Oh no, another one of these matches. Is it Landstill? Oh, Sly. Sly is the deck that everyone hates. Okay, so Burn/Sly are the decks that your opponent goes Mountain, Mog Fanatic, and you're like, oh, I don't want to play anymore. The Rock. Do people hate The Rock? Is that deck ever hateable? Maybe when it was in Standard with, what's that card called? Phyrexian... Help me out, chat. Phyrexian something. The Rock is the hated deck? What's more hated, Sly or The Rock? Mountain Jackal Pup. Okay, so your opponent goes Mountain Jackal Pup. Are you upset? Does this bother you? Phyrexian Plague Lord. Yes, that's the one. Phyrexian Plague Lord. Thank you. Phyrexian Plague Lord was The Rock back in the day, right? Phyrexian Plague Lord sacking... What did it used to sack? I don't even remember. Wait, it sacks stuff, right? Am I thinking of the right card? Chat helping out quite a bit. So many old cards to remember. Oh, it sacks itself. Or another creature. Okay. Ooh, it was in Mystery Boosters and it's only 25 cents now? I'm finding all the cards I gotta buy, chat. Roland, source me a Mystery Booster 25-cent Phyrexian Plague Lord too. Near mint. Near mint condition, please. Hermit Druid is The Rock. Squirrels were his minions. Millions. Maybe. Festering Goblin. Yeah, that was cool. What's up, Blarnob? What is going on? Thanks for being a subscriber. The Rock with Recurring Nightmare. Yes, heavily played Kezardrix and a near mint, specifically Mystery Booster, Phyrexian Plague Lord. I don't want to break the bank and pay for the 29-cent version from 8th edition. I want the 19-cent version. Phyrexian Plague Lord. Hey, nobody answered my question. Is Kezardrix on the reserve list? Somebody was supposed to find that out. I forgot whose job that was, but it wasn't my job. When will someone brew Owling Mine with Sunder? Is Sunder played at all in Premodern? Sunder was originally an Urza Saga. Only reprinted once in Amonkhet Invocations. I think I have that version too. Pretty nice. Return all lands to owner's hands. Do people play this in Commander? They must, right? Sunder seems good in Commander. Return all lands to owner's hands? Seems kind of nutty. I'm sure there's some Commander that has a combo with that card. I'm sure that's the kind of card that doesn't make you popular at a Commander table, though. Alright, game 1 is completed. And Counter Rebels got there. Sideboarding. Sideboarding for these decks. Thank you, Tensi Terry. Kizardrix is not on the reserve list. So the buyout is a wash. Trade win riders plus limited resources. Hell yeah. A null could come in for Jason. Hydroblast. Circle protection red. That seems rough. Disenchant maybe. Humility. Does humility come in here? Light of Day. Black creatures can't attack or block. Seems great. Has the most flavorful artist, Griffin Canyon. Who is Griffin Canyon's artist? Let me check. Griffin Canyon's artist is Stuart Griffin. Oh, is that real? No way. I never realized that. That's so funny. Stuart Griffin painted Griffin Canyon. That's just crazy. That's incredible. All right, player sideboarding here. Sideboard for David Thomas Tao. Lava Dart seems great. Overload, probably not. Pyroblast and Red Elemental Blast seem great. Engineer Plague, brutal. Phyrexian Negator probably not coming in here. Stewie Griffin, yeah. Exactly, Stewie Griffin. How is that real? I mean, it is real, but how? What is the likelihood of that? By the way, this is so random, but the text box on Griffin Canyon looks like the type is like almost bleeding out of the box into the surrounding area. Almost like the text is misplaced by default on Griffin Canyon. That's so weird. What an interesting card. Oh, this is on the reserve list. Griffin Canyon. Very nice. Now I see where you could see if things are on the reserve list, folks. I figured it out. No box can contain the amazing abilities. Yes. Teferi's Isle. Let me look up Teferi's Isle. Is that the one that phases? Oh, yeah. Phasing. It's the phasing blue ETB tapped soul land. And it is on the reserve list. What a weird card. Taps for 2 blue. Legendary land. They don't make good cards like this anymore. And by good, I mean awful. Power level wise. Any way to break Zer's weirding? I have no clue. Yeah, it doesn't generate mana for like 3 turns, yeah. I mean, when would you want this card? Like, how do you break Teferi's Isle? What would you do with this card that is worth dealing with this terrible drawback of phasing? I guess if you had some deck that, like... Is there any card that even references if you control a legendary land or something? Is there any... Maybe historic spells from Dominaria are the closest thing to that? If you control a historic something? Frantic Search and stuff, yeah, maybe. Alright, players appear to be done sideboarding and ready for game 2. Swamp Pass for David Thomas Tao. And a Sergeant to start for Jason. Very nice. Soul Devi Excavations is much better of a card. That's the one that makes soldiers. Chat just calling out old cards that make no sense. Oh yeah, so this one's also on the reserve list. If it would enter the battlefield, sacrifice an untapped island instead. If you do, put it on. If you don't, put it off. It's taps for blue and a colorless, and one tap scry one. Weird card. Alright, so Mesmeric Fiend will take Lin Civi, it looks like. Mana Leak, Mana Leak. 3 Mana Leaks and a Cop Red in hand for Jason. But just plains in hand. No blue. Chat shouting out old cards during a continue shouting out the old cards. I love it. Please continue. What's an old card that nobody plays in Premodern, nobody plays in middle school, nobody plays in old school, nobody plays in legacy, nobody plays in vintage, that you wish people could play in any one of these formats? Shout that card out now in chat. An old favorite that doesn't get any love. And if you've already done so, good for you. Escaped Shapeshifter. Griffin Canyon. Alright, Bolt on the Ramosian Sergeant. And a Duress. Takes a Mana Leak. Let's see. Escaped Shapeshifter. Escaped Shapeshifter. Wow, this is a weird one. I remember this art. Blue, 3, Shapeshifter. As long as the opponent controls a creature with flying not named Shapeshifter, it has flying. The same is true for First Strike, Trample, and Protection from any color. What a weird card. 60 cents, folks. Ooh, and it's reserve list. I am really not trying to trigger any buyouts. I'm just commenting on things. Sorry if it seems that way. Roland, source me an Escape Shapeshifter. Heavily played preferred. Bosium Strip. I remember that one. Thran Tome. Squandered Resources. Does that see any play? I don't know. Does anybody play Squandered Resources in Commander? Sack a land at 1 mana of any color that land could have produced for black-green. They must be playing it in Commander because it's coming up. Ephemerif Enchantress. Yeah. Bosium Strip. What does Bosium Strip do again? Got it. Plague Lord, Shapeshifter, and Kesseltrix all have to be played. I'm just playing, Roland. You don't have to buy these weird cards. Bosium Strip. Yeah, I got to get Zach from Eternal Dirtles on our next Premodern stream. I actually spoke to him about playing Premodern quite a bit, but I just didn't have a chance to reach out for him for this week. I'll get it done. Null Brooch. Yeah, Null Brooch is a cool one. Lots of counter magic resolving, by the way. A Engineered in Plague is in play, but also a Shared Triumph, so I think they cancel each other out. Null Brooch. Null Brooch was like... wait, did that card get banned? No, right? I'm thinking of a different card. Null Brooch got like restricted or something, I feel like. Oh, crap, I got the life totals all wrong. Sorry, everybody. So busy reminiscing. Mesmeric Fiend getting in. Another Cop Red and a Darker Wastes. Hypnotic Spectre now on the board for David Thomas Tao. Swinging for 3. Puts Jason at 8. Urtai. Hell yeah, Urtai. Sulfatara. What's Sulfatara? I don't even know what that is. I'm looking it up now. Wow. Red and 2, cantrip, and target player can't play lands this turn. 10 cents. Add it to the order, Roland. Can someone make Hunting Pack a thing? Yeah. Hell yeah. I want some beasts. Obfuscated sideboards, Phil. Aurum Samite Healer. That's a cool one. Yeah. Turf Wound. We're just like calling out all the old favorites right now. I love it. Oh yeah, Turf Wound is like basically the same card. Yeah, I dig it. Jason at 3. Basically nothing to do here. Does Grim Monolith get there? Hecatomb. Yeah, I loved Hecatomb. Let's see, what's the latest printing of Hecatomb? Sixth edition. 25 cents. All right, black creatures can no longer attack or block. Grim Lavamancer will get there, though. Oh, no, the Cop Red. Cop Red. That's right. So the Prison effect is on for counter rebels. Black creatures can't attack or block. And Mom is in play. And Cop Red. I dig it. All right, going to activate Grim Lavamancer anyway. Targeting, let's see. Fetch. Deranged Hermit with Survival of the Fittest support. Yeah, that sounds fun.
Black creatures can't attack or
I'll lava dart you.
Oh no.
Play.
Yep, use top.
Okay. I'll move to my turn.
Yep.
Tap. I'll draw.
I'm gonna activate Grim Lavamancer anyway.
Not sure why there was like doubled up audio there. I guess one of the players is listening to the stream out loud for some reason. Tempest Swamps and then Tarkir Bloodstained Mires. You hate to see it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So much hate for sure. Wand of Denial. Yeah. Alright, Ramosian Sergeant. I dig it. Cool art, not good. Wand of Denial, let's see. Wand of Denial. Yeah, cool art, not very good. Agreed. Look at the top card of target player's library. If it's a non-land, you may pay 2 life. If you do, mill it. 2 mana artifact with a tap ability. That's a weird one. 30 cents. Orcish Librarian. Yeah, I remember Orcish Librarian. What did it do? Someone look up Orcish Librarian. I will look it up. Look at the top 8 cards of your library. Exile 4 of them at random, then put the rest on top. Pretty cool.
I knew exactly what. I don't think I'm. Okay. End of turn. Tap 4. And I'll Insidious Dreams, discarding 3.
See streams.
Okay.
Discarding 3.
Resolve.
Okay.
Yep. I'm hellbent.
Okay.
What does he even look for here? Lots of coughing happening. Scroll Rack doesn't do much. Bolt can't do that. Erratic Explosion can't do that. I don't know what he sided in. Engineer Plague doesn't really do much. Overload doesn't do much. Yeah, I don't know. I think David Thomas Tow's assed out on this one. None of his creatures or spells can do anything. What are his outs, chat? Look at David's list and tell me what his outs. Curse Scroll needed now. Hell yeah. Curse Scroll would be great right now. I guess he can hard cast Draco and try to attack with it. Can you cast Draco? Does he even have enough lands in his deck? Well, he has 24 lands in deck, so I guess he can. But you know what I mean. Beginning of upkeep, sacrifice it unless you pay how much? 10? Reduced by 2 amongst each creature type, so 6. Gotta pay 6 every upkeep? Jeez. Engineering Plague, alright. Taps the Ramosian Sergeant response. Dave Kaplan is here. What's up, Dave Kaplan? 3-month sub, Dave Kaplan. Draco would cost 12. Yeah, it would cost 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands in play right now. I just don't see how you do this. Jason at 1 life, by the way, can't even tap as a Darker Waste for mana. Has plenty of lands in play though. If Draco gets mana leaked, that would be funny if he actually got enough mana for Draco and then he got mana leaked. Vintage hype, yes. Jam some emotes, folks. Jam some emotes. Sunglasses of Urza, hell yeah. Dark Rit, tap out. I guess it can be done. I guess he could get Draco down. Distorting Lens, yeah. The one of donate to give Jason a Phyrexian Arena. Wait, does he really have a donate? No, he doesn't. Okay. What's Premodern Vintage? Is that something completely different? Do you mean just before the modern format time period, what the vintage format was? Is that what you're referring to? Type 1.5? Or Type 1? It was Type 1, right? Old frame format, maybe. What's a top deck in the old frame or pre-modern vintage or whatever you want to call it format? What's the draw of that format? What are you playing that's a lot of fun? Donate is red in Innistrad. This is true. Harmful Offering, yes. There's quite a few cards that like donate cards to your opponent now. There was a commander, Zedru, something like that. That is the donate stuff commander, yeah. I know because I had a copy of that card for some reason. I don't even know how I got it. And it was in my binder for so long. And it's just such a weird card. I kind of wanted Zedru to be a thing. Obviously in 1v1 it's not very good. Growatalk. Yeah, I like that. Old frame vintage alpha until 9th edition. I dig it. So you can play with Mirrodin block cards? Is that what you mean? Or it's just all the old frame cards? Oh, 8th edition. Okay. This is some lock Jason has here, by the way.
Mountain. That's right.
All right. Sorry for the coughing. Gonna mute that again. So Grim Lavamancer useless. 3 engineers in play. Engineered Plagues in play. No rebels can possibly survive, but the lock is real. Black creatures can't attack or block. Doubled up. And COP red ×2. Stabilize at 1 life, yeah. Phyrexian Arena starting to damage David Thomas Tau, though. I guess he's just trying to hardcast Draco. And I guess Jason's just holding up the counter magic. Yeah, sorry about the glare, everybody. 4 lands away from Draco. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana in play right now. With a Dark Ritual. Is David Tau going to play around the mana leaks? Or just jam? The light of day calls it, yeah. Alright, Lin Civi comes down. It's the only rebel that can survive 3 engineer plagues in the deck. Because it's 4 toughness. Maybe one of these engineer plagues should have been on human. Because Mother of Runes is still in play. You don't have to name rebel for every one, right? You just name human and then mom dies. And aren't a lot of the rebels also humans? I'm not sure on that part. Lynn Civi is 4 tough. I thought she's 4 toughness. Oh no, she's 3 toughness, but he has the enchantment in play that gives it +1/+1. That's right. So there might actually be a plague naming human, but Jason has shared triumph in play, naming I assume rebel, or maybe human. I don't know. Discarding Blazing Spectre to hand size. I believe there's a shared triumph in play. I'll check now.
And cast Absorb.
Cards in hand.
I have 3.
In response to the absorb, I'll activate Grim Lavamancer targeting you.
I'll use Circle Protection.
Still in response to the absorb, I'll activate Grim Lavamancer targeting you.
Use Circle of Protection.
Something's happening. Insidious Dreams is on the stack. Those Blazing Spectre was not discarded to hand side. That was mistaken.
Absorb resolves. You go to 4.
We'll go to 4. And I'll pass with 3 in hand.
Jason, how many shared triumphs do you have in play?
I have 1.
It's naming rebel.
Naming Rebel.
And
I'll
then
go to 10.
all the engineer plagues are naming rebel as well.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And Lynn Civi's a base 1/3 before any of those effects.
Right, yeah, that's what we were trying to figure out. Okay, cool. All right. Very sorry about the coughing. So, yeah. Shared Triumph is in play. 3 Engineered Plagues naming rebels. Yeah, sorry about the glare, everybody. The glare on David's side is just on the graveyard, fortunately. A little bit of glare on Jason's side. Not much I can do. Plagues and Shared Triumph should be on human. Yeah, I agree. I think the Engineer Plague, at least one of them should have been on human. Aren't most of the rebels humans? Defiant Falcon and Jovial Queen that aren't humans? Yeah, but there's 2 other Engineered Plagues in play that are on human. What's Jovial Queen? 4/7 Vigilance for 6 mana? It shut off Lavamancer if it was on human. Oh, right. That is a good point. Good catch. Because Plague Engineer only hits your opponent, so I was thinking about that. I was thinking about it that way. Just some matches. Just some matches.
I'll go to combat and attack for 1 with the Whipcorder.
Sure.
And I'll pass to you. With 2 in hand. 3 in hand. I'm sorry, 3.
I'll go to 7. You have 2. I'll play a swamp and I'll pass turn.
I will tap Lynn Civi for 2, and in response, use her second ability to put Whipcorder on the bottom of my library.
Okay.
And then I'll resolve the search for 2 and find the Whipcorder.
Okay.
Pretty cool ability. So Whipcorder is going to be coming in play here.
Untap.
Jason needs to make sure.
Draw. I'll go to combat.
Let's
Check with the Whipquarters and Lynn Civi.
Lynn Civi is what is she now?
Oh, she doesn't have power. That's sure. Yes. She is a negative. What is she? You have 2. So 1. So she's a 0/2.
Okay. I'll block both whip quarters with lava mancers.
Sure, that's fine.
4 damage. Activate lava mancer. Target you.
I'll pay 1.
Activate lava mancer. Target you.
I'll pay 1.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, so the lava mancers are dead now. Interesting. The whip quarters can come back with Lin
And I'll
Civi's
pass you.
ability.
With 4 in hand.
All right, untap. I'll go to 6. I'll play a swamp.
So, how much mana does he have now?
Go ahead and tap. Or I'll play Insidious Dreams, discarding.
So, chat is thinking that David Tao's going to win this game? Is that true? Are you predicting that David Tao's going to win this game, Moses? Oh, I'm sorry. Jason's actually at 4. Jason's at 4. Thank you, Roland. Jason is at 4. He gained 3 life from Absorb. I just
I'll put those on top and I'll pass.
I'll tap 3 to put a whip quarter on the bottom.
Sorry again for the coughing. Whip quarter going on bottom and then getting fetched out again. It looks like. Oh, it can't. It actually can't get fetched because Lin Civi was tapped. That's unfortunate. 2 Mother Runes in play. Lin Civi, Light of Day, Shared Triumph, 2 Circle of Protections. A Lin Civi is the one that you're seeing towards the middle of your screen. Is underneath a Mesmeric Fiend, Hypnotic Spectre, and 2 Engineered Plagues on the board for David Thomas Tao, naming Rebel. David goes down to 5 off Phyrexian Arena, drawing an extra card. Trying to get Draco in play. The only out to win this game, I guess. How is David going to win this game, Moses? How? Is cast a Draco on the bingo board? It should have been. It definitely should have been. All right. Looks like Jason got there.
Game 1, I actually didn't keep enough cards in hand. All the Insidious Dreams are built around Erratic Explosion and Draco.
Okay.
And I got to the point where I couldn't. The COP Reds were too powerful, and
Were you going to try to cast Draco?
I was going to try and cast Draco. Yeah,
that's what everybody in chat was assuming you were going to try to do.
I was going to try and cast Draco, but yeah, game 1 I should have kept 1. I should have not made my land drop because I would have had enough. I needed 1 more card in hand to be able to combo game
Right.
1.
Right.
And you were at exactly 16. Although that's assuming you didn't have a counter in hand, so like that could have also backfired. So this deck's actually weirdly hard to play. I just realized you have to like think about like how many cards in hand you need for stuff. I don't know. It's funny.
Yeah, that's a wacky one. And you have another spicy deck lined up for the next round, which we'll get to. But Jason, Counter Rebels look great tonight. I know you also played Dead Guy Al and won with that too. But did what am I saying? Oh, did the Counter Magic plus Rebels combination just feel like this deck was perfect for a pre-modern tournament?
Yeah, I think this deck is just a lot of fun to play if you like this kind of not quite control, not full land still, but
Yeah.
you get to just sort of sit back and tap your creatures and get more things and stop your opponents from doing things. And that's just like a really exciting way to play Magic. For maybe a bygone time.
What was that card where black creatures can't attack or block?
Light of Day.
And in pre-modern, there are literally 0 ways for red or black to interact with enchantments. It's so good.
Legalize Feed the Swarm in pre-modern. I'm gonna tell.
Oh man, I got locked out in the weirdest way when he was at 1 life. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that was actually crazy. Like, yeah, he dropped them in succession from the maybe when he was at 4 life and then 3 life and then 2 life or whatever it was. It was pretty funny. And then we were trying to predict like how the hell does David win this game? And everybody came to the conclusion that you're gonna try to cast Draco. And we were like, he's gonna try to cast Draco and it's gonna get mana leaked.
I was like, try and. Well, the problem was like I could have played around Mana Leak because I had a Dark Ritual in hand.
Gotcha.
But I couldn't have played around. So I could have gotten like the counterspell with Mesmeric Fiend, right?
Yep.
And then I could have played around the Mana Leak, but then he just had Swords to Plowshares.
Right, that's true.
And I have literally no other way to win, and I just deck myself.
True. By the way, chat's throwing you a whole bunch of ideas. Nether Void, Nevinral's Disc, Dystopia.
So Nether Void's
Those
not
are
legal.
options. Oh, Nether Void's not legal. Okay, never mind.
Dystopia is good. Dystopia is really good.
Dystopia is good.
Yeah. All right, Jason. Thanks for coming on. I hope you had fun on your first ever pre-modern stream.
Jason killed it.
Yeah,
That's great.
good
Yeah,
blast.
Jason killed it. And
I'm
by the
excited to
way,
hop into the chat.
folks, look at Jason's playmat. Just a beauty. All right, we're gonna take a quick break here. Ryan Fisher will be back, and David Tao is gonna play an extremely spicy deck. So stay with us. All right, I'm back. And so is Ryan Fisher. And so is David Thomas Tao. Cardboard Live is updated. Check the decks now. Someone earlier mentioned a Balancing Tings deck. Such a funny name for a deck. Terravore, Balancing Act, Obliterate, Orum's Chant. This deck is crazy. Versus Elves. Versus Elves is the matchup. I'll let the players know they could start. You can start whenever you're ready. Good luck. 10 predicting this will be extremely interesting. I agree. I don't know how this will go. Llanowar Elves to start for Ryan. Yeah, great job tonight, Luinel. Agreed. 3-0 in your first ever pre-modern stream. I dig it. Let me jam some emotes for Luinel. Let's see. There we go. I jammed emotes. No chromatic sphere. Nope. You see Ryan's face. Priest of Titania, Wirewood Symbiote, and Llanowar Elves in play. Yeah, if Balancing Act resolves, this is true. Yeah, the expensive rebels are important. Yes, chat saw the beard. Chat saw the beard. So this is the final round for Pre-Modern tonight, and I'm hoping to see some fireworks. Orum's Chant off the Irrigation Ditch, I believe that card is called. And can't cast spells. But he can attack, because it wasn't kickered, right? 17. Orum's Chant, such a cool card. Should they reprint Orum's Chant so it's playable in Modern and all those formats? Or is it too unfun? Barb Sextant. They should bring that card back. That's a cool card. Urza's Bauble. Very nice. Should they bring back Urza's Bauble? Probably not. Drawing a card in the next upkeep for both of these cards' effects is kind of out of date. A Nerd Brush Hopper. Maybe that's a card they should print into Modern. Brush Hopper now in play. That land on the right is Havenwood Battleground. Barb Sexton is too complicated? I don't know if it's too complicated. It's just like an outdated ability. Drawing card in the next turn's upkeep. It's just not really. Tinderwall. Should they print that card into Modern? Tinderwall seems fun. Also kind of outdated, though. Just as far as the mechanics. What do you think? Terravore. They could print it to Modern. Fire Ice. I think they did print Fire Ice in Modern, actually. Didn't they? I'm not sure. Obliterate is not yet in Modern. I don't think it would get played, though. Burning Wish. They could print it to Modern. Would Burning Wish be awesome in Modern? Or would it be too awesome in Modern? Would it be hated? I don't know. Null Brooch is in this deck. Oh no, Hull Breach. Hull Breach, sorry. I read Null Brooch, I got excited. Meltdown is in this deck. Fire Ice is not in Modern. Okay, it's not. Never mind. It'd be too awesome, says Luino. Very nice. 4 squirrels are in play from Deranged Hermit. Lots of mana getting tapped right now.
I'll return Deranged Hermit to untap Priest of Titania.
Sure.
I'll tap for another 4, use the mana floating to play Deranged Hermit.
Sure.
What?
Okay, what about Elves? Deranged Hermit's on the reserve list, I think. Kamal, Fist of Krosa is not in Modern. Sylvan Messenger, also not in Modern. Would probably be too good. Raphaelos is on the reserve list. Priest of Titania. Well, Tiny's Acolyte, I don't think they'll bring back Echo cards. Maybe in Time Spiral Remastered. I don't know. Mistress Helix is also on the reserve list, I believe. The upgraded Deranged Hermit is in Modern. That's true. I forgot what the card is called, but it's there. It was in Modern Horizons, right? And nobody plays it? Not even one person?
Okay. I'm trying to think if I want to do anything at end of turn.
Tinderwall and Barb Sexton
Druid
are in play.
17. I don't think so. Yeah, I'm not. I have no effects end of turn.
Okay.
Upkeep. I'll tap a Priest Titanium to pay for Echo.
Sure.
Go draw step.
Sure.
Enter combat.
Sure.
Wing for 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22.
I can only block. What are your biggest guys? 2/2s?
Yeah, I had
1,
8
2,
2
3,
2s.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16. Yeah, I died.
All right, Els gets game 1. Did not expect that. Okay. So, chat being proven wrong already here. Els gets game 1. And Balancing Tings. I don't know why I keep saying that like a Jamaican person, but Balancing Tings is down a game. Very nice. Quick plug for Wednesday night stream. Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Daniel Ara, Dave Kaplan, David Thomas Tao will be back. Alan Yee, who was the champion until last week. And Roland Chang is at the top. Roland Chang is at the top, folks. That's reason enough to tune in. Very nice. Next week we should be having some special guests to come play Legacy with us. To be announced, but should be a lot of fun if it all comes together. I'm looking forward to out of the other players playing this week. They're all awesome players, but Daniel Ara always plays some really interesting decks. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what he comes up with. I think this is Daniel's second shot at the title night. Not sure. Jason will be back next week. Jason, I'm putting you in next week. You're gonna have to battle. Yes, I played and lost to many of these players. I'm trying to think now. All right, I've only played Alan maybe once or twice in my life, and I think he won both times, if I remember correctly. Roland, according to Roland, I have a winning record against Roland, but I have no idea. David Tao, I have no idea. Probably 50-50. I've played him countless times. Dave Kaplan, I feel like Dave Kaplan beats me a lot, but I don't know. Daniel Ara, I've only played maybe 3 times or something like that, and I might have won twice. I might be misremembering. Sorry, Daniel, but that's my memory. If anybody can make Rebels make a Legacy debut on our channel, I'll be very happy. 4-2 in my favor? Okay. That's fair. You know what we should do? We should look at just on the channel, on our YouTube channel. By the way, if you're not subbed to our YouTube channel, 90smtg on Twitter, on YouTube and Twitter, you should be. But we should look at the YouTube channel and figure out which matches were played against which players, and then we could figure out records. Someone will have to do some compiling of data. Thank you for sharing the link, Roland. Very nice. And we will have a bingo card on Wednesday. The bingo card last week got lit up, and we hit a bingo, and that's how we ended up playing Premodern tonight. So hoping for the same thing again. Rebels splashing Uro. Yeah, you need Oko in that list. Need Oko on that list too. Death and Taxes with Rebels. Are there any Death and Taxes Rebels? Are there any creatures in a Death and Taxes list that are Rebels? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Tormod's Crypt hits the board here. Tormod's Crypt seems pretty damn good here. Urza's Bauble. I never... Well, I have been to Mondesi, but I never really played there, so I don't know. Whip Quarter defeats Marit Lage. This is true. Rafellos has hit the board. Tribal Wars, I think we just scratched the surface with Tribal Wars. I think there's a lot that can be done in Legacy Tribal Wars. I'm looking forward to our next Tribal Wars stream. Maybe if we hit a bingo on Wednesday, Tribal Wars will be on the poll. I'll rig it so Tribal Wars win by spending all of my bits, and we'll do Tribal Wars and you can play Rebels. How's that sound? No, don't ban birds. That's my only deck. Don't ban... Ladies and gentlemen, do not ban birds in Tribal Wars format, specifically. 16. The last Tribal Wars tournament we had, the finals was Eldrazi versus Elves. Ryan Fisher was in the finals, and Dave Kaplan won with Eldrazi. So Eldrazi is currently the trophy holder for Legacy Tribal Wars, in my book. And Birds is an honorable mention. Goblins did well. What other tribes? What other tribes should we do on our next Tribal War stream? Which I hope will be very soon. Unearthed Brushhopper is here. I think Wizards could be good. Rogues. Maybe Soldiers. Clerics. Zubras. Zubras, I have no idea. All right. This game appears to be going the same direction as the previous game, where just a dump truck of elves is getting laid on the board and a nerd brushhoppers on defense. How do we win if we're David Tao? Need a balancing act, right? Roland says he smells a balancing act, so let's see. I don't know if Zubers is a Pauper deck. That's another format we're trying to get on the stream too, Pauper. Lots of Pauper fans watch our channel, but they don't vote in our weekly polls. They just don't participate. Lack of voting is a big problem. All right. Lots of mana floating now. What's the best Zubera? What's the best one? Who's the leader?
I'll go to 2 white. And I'm going to sack Irrigation Ditch for another green and a blue.
Okay. Lots of mana floating now. What are we going to see here?
I'm going to use the green. Play Tinderwall.
Tinderwall.
I'll sack Tinderwall for 2 red.
Okay.
I'm going to use the 2 white and 2 of the red. To cast Balancing Act, hold priority, discard 2 cards from my hand. To enter a Brushhopper to remove it from the game.
What does Balancing Act do?
Still holding priority, sack Urza's Bauble, target you.
Can you hold on? What does Balancing Act do?
Each player chooses a number of permanents he or she controls equal to the number of permanents controlled by the player who controls the fewest.
Okay, as they read that, everybody can read it in Cardboard Live if they want. Balancing Act is on the stack. A Unearthed Brushhopper activation while holding priority, and an Urza's Bauble activation while holding priority is what went down just now. Tormod's Crypt hits in response. Balancing Act goes off. And yeah, Balancing Act is basically just balance. It's effectively balance happens. And that's Ryan's graveyard that you just saw flash on screen. And now a draw from the Urza's Bauble and pass back to... okay. Swinging. Balance is banned in Premodern. Okay. Yeah, balance should be banned in Premodern. It's just way too good. All right, another brush hopper getting in. Guy's Cradle in play. It
You have
looks
two in hand,
like
one in hand.
One in hand.
yeah, balance
I'll
is
pass
done with 2 mana.
Draw. I'll play a forest and pass.
Attack, draw. I'll move to combat for 3.
11.
Second main, I'll use the colorless, filter it through Barbed Sextant for a red,
Yeah,
and I'll Burning Wish.
sure.
All right, what are you burning wish for here? Obliterate? Just to send a message?
And I'll get Pyroclasm, and I'll pass turn.
Pyroclasm.
Pretty
Okay.
good.
And I'll on your turn, I'll draw from Sexton.
Draw. Pass turn.
Draw. I'll move to combat.
8.
Brush hopper doing a lot.
I'll play Crystal Vein, and
Yeah.
I'll pass turn.
How many cards do you have in your hand?
3.
Untap. Draw. I will play a Finthorn Elves.
Okay.
And I will pass turn.
We will provide cough drops for the next stream. Very important. All players have cough drops on standby. The frog is the intended win con. Yeah. When we see balancing act, balancing act, hold priority, exile the nerd brush hopper, we know that David's probably going to win this game. At least against Elves. Wow, how did I just put someone at 118 life? My bad. 5 life. Sphere in response to balance draws a card and adds 1 to hand. That's true. Yeah, good point. All right, they're going to game 3 here. Elf scoops. What about the obliterate? When does obliterate get cast? Is that just like to... Oh, I guess you can obliterate, exile a nerd brush hopper. And then it comes back after every permanent has been destroyed. I get it now. Yeah. It's really hard for Ryan not to run straight into that balancing act again. Agreed. He pulled it off in game 1. Because he had a pretty fast start and was able to do a lot of damage in one swing. I don't know what Ryan's game plan is here. In Ryan's sideboard, the relevant cards, not sure. Like, does Null Rod come in? Tormod's Crypt already came in. We knew that. Caller of the Claw actually seems pretty good. Caller of the Claw could be really good here. Masticore, not great. Because they both make you sack. Yeah, and Obliterate can't be regenerated, so Masticore not great. I guess his only options are Tormod's Crypt and Null Rod. I don't think Naturalize is necessary. No, doesn't look like it. Well, the Nerd Brush Hopper and Terravore plan is awesome. Do you want Winter Orb? I guess so. Yeah, I guess Winter Orb is good. I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. It just seemed like David has so few lands in play that I just didn't consider Winter Orb, but it's probably good. Yeah, maybe I'd bring it in. Game 3 here. Final round for tonight. Yeah, all lands enter battlefield tap. That's true. Some variants of Tings uses Draco combo. I think David Tao has done enough with Draco tonight, and by enough I mean nothing. Draco combo's pretty cool. Draco combo's fun. Shouldn't some of those in sideboard to fetch with Burning Wish? Some of which? Some of which cards are you referring to? When you draw... Yeah. Yeah, you leave the 4th Balancing Act on the board. Absolutely. That's a wish target. The cards that you consider bringing in are like Tormod's Crypt and the non-wish target, the non-burning wish target cards. So, Moment's Peace, Ray of Revelation, and Tormod's Crypt are the only cards that are not burning wish targets. Exactly. Three in the main, 1 in the board for the wish package. Good point. Yes, very good point. Any predictions for Game 3? Elves is on the play. If you guess correctly, you get a Kizardrix in the mail. If the meta is control based, you get rid of Reanimate and add another Overmaster? Huh. Is there a meta? Tensi Terry, have you been playing in the Premodern Monthly? Yeah, I think Elves might elf ball it up again. Yeah, I agree. There's not a lot that Ryan could do besides really try to dump a bunch of people on the board. Oh, okay. You just watch and read the tournament brackets. Very nice. Yeah, join the Facebook group. Someone could add it to the chat again. The MTG PO Facebook group has plenty of matches of all formats going on. I highly recommend the MTG PO Facebook group. I'm sure Roland will share it now in the chat. And if he doesn't, it should be easy to find. There it is. There's a link. Everybody join that Facebook group. Join that Facebook group. Any 12 Tails get played tonight? Not tonight, no. What's up, HC Fox? How's it going? No knots, no knots. We haven't had any knots. Our last Premodern stream had a bunch of Stifle Knot. I think Dave Kaplan was playing. The VODs are up on our YouTube channel. They're also here on Twitch. Sarah Avatar was 12-12 at some point. That might be true, yeah. That's not a lie. Priest of Titania. If Phil Nguyen is still here, Phil can verify if his Sarah Avatar was 12-12 at any point. Barb Sexton comes down. Very nice. I love this deck because of all the sack lands from Fallen Empires and Invasion getting their time of day. I don't think anyone has seen these cards played in any other formats. It was, but not for long. It was, though. That's what matters. BPK, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Priest of Titania taps. Sylvan Messenger is here. Or Sylvan Ringleader, whatever the hell it's called.
All those. What's... Okay, sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That makes up for Ryan's whiff earlier tonight with the Elvish Ringleader. Whatever that thing's called. All right, taps 1. Quarian Ranger comes down. So, things appear to be starting off well for Elves. How many turns before a Balancing Act can go off, chat? Are we close? How close are we? Not close at all? Land for turn is a Gaia's Cradle. Another Sylvan Ringleader person. Sorry about the glare, everybody. So, Priest of Titania, Wirewood Symbiote, another Priest of Titania, and a Claw of the Claw. Symbiote goes in the bottom. Very nice. Yeah, jam those emotes. I love it. Everybody jam 3 emotes to welcome BPK. I'm going to jam the Legends pack. All right. Findorn Elves comes down.
And
Whew, that was loud. Lightning bolts, thumbs ups.
priest.
Sure.
You know, three of the cards in my hand, and pass.
How many cards do you have in hand total?
I have 6 cards total.
6 cards total. Okay.
Nesting Grounds. Ice Age duels and move pad depletion counters. I like it.
I'll play Crystal Vein. I'll
Yep.
have
Uh-oh.
3. I'll play Brush Hopper, and I'll pass.
Okay.
I'm going to look up this card, Nesting Grounds, now. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's from a Commander set. No wonder I've never seen this card. Okay. I'm going to put the card in chat. That's a cool one. I've never even seen this card before. You know, I got to say, there's a lot of people who say, I've never seen this card before. I'm usually not one of those people, but chat is blowing it up tonight with cards I've never seen before, and I appreciate it. Giant fan. Should we just legalize unglued in Premodern? I think we should. All right, swinging with lots of elves right now. Lots of elves coming in.
I'll block one of the messengers.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
14.
How many cards do you have in hand?
2, 3, 4. I have 4 in hand.
All right, 4 cards in hand. Just swung for a lot of damage, a lot of money. Brush Hopper blocked one Sylvan Ringleader, Messenger, whatever. Unglued is Old Border. Yeah, Unglued is Old Border. They just reprinted a bunch of unglued cards too. For the first time in Unsanctioned, was it called? I don't know. I didn't pick it up, but I'm sure someone in chat can help point someone in the right direction. Obliterate could happen here. Yeah. Nice. That's quite the list of cards to pick up, BPK. For vintage, I'm assuming, right?
Discard 2 cards from activate Anorid Brush Hopper's ability.
Yeah.
And then using that 8, I'm going to cast Obliterate.
Okay. I'm gonna float
Caller of the Claw
1,
coming.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12.
Yeah, you're going to win. You're going to cast Caller of the Claw and win.
Yeah.
It's
What's
not,
up, guys?
It's not Balancing Act, so I didn't even need to discard. You know, like it's not. You know what I mean? Balancing Act would have saved me there, but not that.
Yeah.
So the Caller of the Claw was going to come back to hand and come back down and make a whole bunch of bears.
Yeah.
It wasn't in play, so it just comes down.
It wasn't in play, so it's just So if that was Balancing Act, it would have been fine because I discarded. But
Right,
since it was
right, right.
obliterate, like I didn't even need to discard. It was just he was gonna come down, make a bazillion tokens, kill me next turn.
Nice. Elves got there. A lot of questions in chat about your deck, David. Just give us the rundown. The kill condition is the Inured Brushhopper, right?
Or
Most of the time?
Terravore.
Or Terravore.
Or yeah.
You're trying to basically blow up everything.
Right, and Balancing Act is a lot better.
Yeah.
While Obliterate can't be countered, Balancing Act gets me in that situation. It makes because it makes you discard as well, right?
Right.
So Balancing Act is great because it makes you discard. But like Ryan had, once I saw Collar of the Claw, so like I kept a hand that was basically obliterate, like it was an obliterate hand, and Ryan kept mana open.
Yep.
Because of Quarian Ranger and his Priest of Titania. So if that had been the Balancing Act, if I discard down to Brushhopper, like I just went through the motions there, he has to discard. He can't cast Collar of the Claw if I have no cards in hand. But Obliterate, it just destroys everything, but then he just casts Collar of the Claw.
Right. Elves. I know we were talking to you earlier, Ryan, about Elves. In Premodern, we were comparing it to Legacy. We were comparing. What cards did you bring in, first of all? Did you bring in Winter Orb? Oh, I see you did. Now I see it.
I did. So at first, I brought in Naturalizes, Tormod's Crypts, and a couple Call of the Claws, just because I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
I was thinking more something thresholdy. But yeah, at the end, I decided to just bring in the Callers, bring in Null Rods to try to slow him down or keep him from recouping advantage. And then just try to race him. And luckily, I was able to do so.
Yeah, Collar of the Claw is great there. I mulliganed and I kept an Obliterate hand, which was great. It's just not against Collar of the Claw, right?
Right.
So the Collar of the Claw is great. Balancing Act is definitely the more powerful card. You run Obliterates just for to have that effect, another version of that effect, basically.
Yeah. Right. Also in the chat, Roland was saying that you had like 100 Premodern decks, David.
I don't. I don't. But
no. But what other decks do you have that you didn't play tonight that maybe next time we can see?
I have Life Combo.
Okay. Is that with the Worthy Cause thing?
Yeah, I top 16'd the last monthly with that, or 2 monthlies ago. Just because like it was like a good deck for that meta. The Premodern meta changes a lot, man. I will say Balancing Act. It's called Balancing Tings. It's an old extended deck that I loved playing back when I was a kid.
Right.
And I don't think it's good.
Gotcha.
Like I don't think it's very good. All the lands come into play tapped, and like it's really slow. But I just have a lot of nostalgia because I just used to love that deck when I was a kid. It was the same deck. You basically have a Nurid Brushhopper or Terravore, and you like play Balancing Act. You try and clear the board, play Balancing Act, and just have like a creature in play.
Gotcha.
But I also have I played like Terragudden as well, and I Burn and all that stuff. It's a fun format. It's a lot of fun.
Sweet. We're gonna wrap up here, everybody. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you Jason Murray. Thank you Phil Nguyen, Ryan Fisher, David Thomas Tao. Obviously you guys are here now. This was a lot of fun. Thank you everybody who voted for Premodern. We're gonna try a raid here. I see Talia Vest is playing Paper EDH right now, and it looks pretty fun. So I'm gonna head over there, and the board state looks wild. So let's try that.
Thanks, guys.
Yes, thank you everybody. Eric Santos, thanks for the follow. You got the last minute follow in right before you lost my attention. All right, setting up the raid now. Boom, raid inbound. Tell them we said hello. I think Talia just hit partner, so say what's up, jam some emotes, tell them you had fun on our stream, and see all of you on Wednesday. Peace out. All right, that's a wrap, folks.
Thanks for the games, Dave.
I think Dave left already.